this is the fundamental things for the TCM's strategies of anti-stress and anti-aging. So we need to start with what is aging. So this is pigmentation, typically long, very aged project in the British Museum. And why aging? This is actually very important thing we need to think about first before we really do something like make sense. So this is a chaos situation, why aging, and we still at the level like a blind man to find the elephant. So we have Schrödinger has proposed in 1947 that aging must follow the thermodynamic law that's called entropy increase. And what is this is to be or not to be, but what is really the real aging process? We have focused at the beginning from the end of the story. And actually, my PhD is working with the biochemical basis of lipofuscin and the steroid pigment. And I happen to be lucky to find out their biochemical background. And with my PhD thesis, from age pigment, I go to the aging mechanism. The real mechanism makes me crazy that we always think this oxidative stress or some stresses makes damage, but it is not related with the real aging-related changes, because there's a very strong Great War to repair the whole system, and the real thing which is positively related with aging is the lipofuscin formation and the wrinkle of the skin and all these blood vessel hardening. So this is the real aging alterations. So, and we see the oxidative stress measured by carbonyl stress, which is, the MDA is one of the center, and this is with aging, increased with aging. And so, actually in the field, I was surprised to see people usually say we have two defenses. One is the antioxidant defense and the repairing is the final defense. This central defense is largely ignored. Why do I say central defense? From oxidative stress, we have the carbonyl stress, and from glycative stress, we have also this carbonyl stress. We see the skin, lung, muscle, kidney, all these things is aging due to the sugar intake. So from this cataract, from the food aging, we always see this is the same mechanism that the glycation makes out some cross-linker and then forms the cross-linked irreparable AGEs. That is the real process of aging. So we have started to think about the carbon detoxification, if that is the very important mechanism for aging. So we have proposed the aging hypothesis, which is called carbon detoxification, in 1995, and it's summarized with this figure. We have free radical line and forms different kind of carbonyls, and we have glycation reach this carbonyl. First reaction with amino parts makes cross-linking, makes this kind of irreparable age pigment. This is the real entropy increase that Schrödinger has tried to find out, and it has been missing for the whole field. And that is important because it's the most used and most abused, misused, and it is important index for various acute and chronic diseases such as inflammation and ADPD, those things. And I'm not talking more. Carbonyl stress may not be the pathological causes, it's the physiological related, like wrinkling of skin and blood vessel hardening. And also cellularly, this is a process in both proliferative and post-mitotic cells. It's a process resulting in both intracellular and extracellular aging-related alterations beyond apoptosis, and it's the entropy increase process. And after we have understood 200 aging-related genes, we have found out all these carbonyls which is toxic in our body. We have found actually many anti-aging or anti-stress exiles in the biochemical or medical field. And we see lysine, arginine, carnosine is mentioned the second day during this conference, and many amino-related chemicals, because it's possible to react with carbonyls. And of course, thiols are important for the first defense. So we have then end up with a hypothesis, a kind of generalized aging theory, that's essential mechanisms of aging. And with this, it seems we find the real biochemical end of this problem. We published a lot in China, but here in July, there is a conference, 19th World Congress, which has confirmed this aging is no longer an unsolved biological problem, and Heflick has published something which emphasizes entropy explains aging, genetic determines this longevity. With this, the whole field has now understand its balance slowly shift, and also after a long period when aging was dismissed, so we now get the good idea. And so last year we were in Los Angeles, and my title of that is Aging After Understanding now. And the complex now it becomes simplified or classified in this whole body level, organ level, cellular, molecular. But we reached the final, the fifth level. We understood that it's a functional group which makes the whole story, and the cross-linking with basis on entropy increase that makes aging happen. But the overlooked points is people still not understand the importance of these functional groups, like this alcohol, the carbonyl, carboxyl. This carbonyl is reactive with amino group or thiol group. And if we look at the whole story with this functional group, we can understand this is expanding the signals or ligands of all this molecular biology. And we can understand the whole field when they are talking about epigenomics, talking about nobody talk, but still is working with the epiproteomics. This is the real code of life science. So that is something we need to pay more attention. And so the whole animal study get to the molecular level, which is the Western medicine get lost in these genes and proteins. But when we get one step further, at the sub-molecular level, we see functional group that connect with drug effect. This is a whole pharmacological field is playing with. They change one functional group, another functional group, then they make the phenotypes of our body change. So if we go wrong this, we have a perfect comeback to the reality. This is unification of Eastern and Western medicine, and now we know why aging. Now we get to how to anti-aging or make sense, and actually how we have 1,000 years try, and Emperor Qing has tried to live long, but he didn't manage. But he has created many things which lives 2,000 years now. And 2 years ago, Aubrey has asked me, how do we deal with these carbonyls? And now I have several things related with the Chinese things, but this carbonate detoxification during sleep is for international. And we have this taurine, which has been very well studied in both Eastern and Western, and it has the function of anti-diabetes, anti-atherosclerosis, anti-inflammation, and neurodegenerative diseases. All this is a kind of anti-stress or anti-aging effect. So now we understand why cat-like it rat, and we see the this taurin's effect. It has a simple molecular structure. It's so simple that the functional group is just this amino group, and it stays in our heart as a 50% of this whole amino acids. Why?